Hey y'all, Coach in the Fight here, and in today's video, we talking about women, the ugly ones, too. We talking about the ugly women. Man, let me first of all say that's what we talking about. We're not talking about the beautiful women of the world, the ones who are keeping the covenant. But let me define that. We're talking about good and bad. We're talking about positive, negative. We're talking about true, false. We're talking about this, that. We're talking about a line here, and the line is drawn at the covenant, whether a person is obeying it or not. None of us are perfect, but some of us are wanting to obey it, and some of us are wanting not to. So in this video, we talking about the ones that's wanting not to. Women and faggoty men that ain't trying to keep the covenant. That's what we talking about. So if you a man and you don't keep the covenant, I'm talking about you too. It's just that I ain't used to you kind, especially rebellion. People who know what the covenant is and doing wrong. See, it's one thing to be ignorant and not know what the truth is. That's my fault. But once you know what the truth is, then you choose to do something ignorant, as far as I'm concerned, you're not a real man. As far as I'm concerned, you know, real men love the Lord, period. All that other stuff come out as that faggoty stuff we be talking about, that gay parade stuff. That's why they got a gay parade. That's why they break. That's why they got. I don't. They go together. Breaking the covenant and gay parade. They're the same thing. That's why they got a rainbow flag. It's a mockery. It's missing a color. It's a mockery. And so that's what all of this breaking of the covenant is about. So you can turn the little boys gay too. That's the feminization of the world. So I ain't talking about you Similac babies. That might not be your fault. I might be a Similac baby too. I don't know. I'm talking about you people who like breaking the covenant. Especially you women folk. Why? Because of women's persuasion. You're going to break the covenant and then use that to get other people to break it with you. And what do they say? Nothing worse than a woman scorn. So when they don't break it with you, you're going to turn into the most. Well, that's the same way the church is. The apostate church, that church up the street with the big white building with the steeple on top and yeah, same. See, they are the bride of Yahweh. They're supposed to be here doing his housekeeping. They're supposed to be here taking care of his house, taking care of his children. That's what the church job is for. When the children get warm, want somewhere to go, they got a place to come into and all of that. But what is she doing? Apostate church. She's dancing with the devil. She's dancing with the devil. She's a devil worshiper now. And she's proud of it. And she just don't want nobody to call her that. She wants to do it in peace. She wants to act like she's celebrating Yahweh on Christmas and Thanksgiving and her birthday and every other pagan holiday she can come up to. All while the church is sitting down on the feast days. When it comes to the feast days, they at work doing other stuff. Yahweh's feast days. Well, that's the same way you rebellious, breaking the covenant. I'm going to call you skeezers. Hey, I can come up with a lot of worse words, but we live. And so, yeah, we cool. We Generation X. We know what a skeezer is. You breaking the law. You fornicating with other men. I mean, come on now. You taking pleasure in that? When other men, when other pagan gods come around, that's when you start showing your body and your physique. All of a sudden, you got to take off all of this humdrum clothes that you've been wearing the rest of the time. It's the devil's day. Now you got to comb your hair, perm your hair, and do all of this. Put on some clothes to show your butt off so that you got a booty. The Lord Yahweh ain't seeing your ain't seeing your figure in months now. But as soon as another foreigner come around, another man come around, now all of a sudden we got to take off the clothes that Yahweh get to see, and now we get to put on some booty shorts and stuff like that. Talking about how we feel sitting at Yahweh's house. You women, how y'all feel? And none of y'all gonna answer. Y'all don't even want me talking about this. So I'm tired of it. It's tired of playing cock-a-doodle-doo. You hear the rooster in the background. It's time to stop playing Jezebel. He said it. I ain't supposed to use them words. But it's time to stop playing Delilah. It's time to stop playing. Y'all playing with the law and people's whole spirit and whole soul, trying to cast them into hell because you don't understand. You know what? Father got a plan. Father got a plan. Father got a plan. See, there's two kinds of women in this world. Ones that keep the law, and them other ones. Them other ones are responsible for every evil thing on this planet. You want me to pull a verse out? It is because of evil. It is because of women that evil entered the world. And it's because of women, evil is still persistent to this day. Now, that last part is my part. But that first part is scriptural because of women. And see, this is what make y'all reject the Bible, but you know what? Ha! Hey, y'all, sorry about that. We lost power and internet took way too long. We got still one person looking. One person, at least a couple of people, but anyway. Yeah, Elizabeth Woolley said hi. We got another person showing up. In this video, we're talking about disobedience. Church disobedience. Rebellion. Let me start over. Hey y'all, Coaching the Fight here. Got Chris with me.
Hey y'all.
And in today's video, we're talking about the church. The apostate church. The rebellious church. The church that is leading our people astray. Church. It's an analogy comparing the church to a wife, Yahweh's wife. He is our father, and the church is supposed to be our mother. Supposed to be. But she's disgruntled. She no longer wants to be a mother. She no longer wants to be a wife. She no longer wants to do anything womanly other than gossip, tell lies, spread mistruths, and all that kind of stuff. Do pagan holidays too, though. That's I don't know if that's what they're getting out of it, or if that's what they're using as a weapon. But that's what we're talking about in this video. I got the comments going. That's why the screen is blank like that. It's because I'm actually waiting for your comments if you guys want. Sorry, lost you. Well, I guess it was a reset for those who didn't want to partake in this particular kind of show. They can go back to bed, but this is a pre-elevation show, if you know what I mean. Chris ain't saying nothing. He can go. He ain't saying nothing. See, the thing is, the church is like a housewife that don't follow the head and the lead of the family that's going towards the covenant. That's what Yahweh is. That's what the Father is. That's all he's about is the covenant. The Holy Spirit is supposed to represent the woman. But in this analogy, you can imagine that the Holy Spirit is not being womanly. She's actually being more like a man. So how do men act? Men, we don't cook, we don't clean, we don't nurture, we don't do stuff like that. We work, we protect, we provide. And so the thing about it, Yahweh as the Father, he can't stop doing those things. If he stopped doing those things, the whole earth would go away and disappear. I mean, it would think if he stopped providing for us, what would we eat? All 8 billion of us now. If he stopped providing, what would we eat? If he stopped protecting us, what will we do? The third thing I said. But think about nature. Think about the Holy Spirit. What happens if she stopped nurturing you? No, you can just be unnurtured. You're going to die today because you ain't got no nurturement. You're going to die tomorrow because you ain't got no nurturement. You ain't going to necessarily die today. You're going to die tomorrow. But the fuck stuff that Yahweh provides and does, you're going to die this second, this instant. He turned his back on you, and it'll be like a nuclear bomb. It'll be faster than a nuclear bomb. You'll never know what hit you on a spirit level. You'll never know what hit you on a spirit level. But the church, like a disgruntled housewife, is flirting with other men. Flirting with other men, waiting for some other man to come willing to actually break the law, overthrow her husband, all of this stuff. She's waiting for that big, powerful dude to come and be the dude that's going to actually overthrow. And the thing about it, in today's time, the church is willing to poison the spirit of any man that comes close. In other words, she'll slide you a birthday cake. She'll slide you a round cake. She'll slide you an Easter bunny. She'll slide you some pagan holiday that if you was on the verge of breaking the law and you was a little bit ignorant, she'll push you into it. Push you into it. Like you had no intention of becoming a devil worshiper, but you went to church. Whose fault is that? Yours or hers? Excuse me. Doing all of the, whether you think about it, the church is doing all of the witchcraft that she could come up with. Everything she could come up with. All the pagan holidays, and then making up stuff on top of it. Just making up days, making up pagan holidays. Doing everyone the king provides, or doing all of the king's holidays, and then they'll just make up some other days. Witchcraft. It's witchcraft. And who is it targeted against? People like you? No. That's people don't bother you or your children. You know, most of y'all don't even know what I'm talking about. That's good. The people they target is people like me. Why? To keep the message down, to make sure you don't actually hear the script and hear what's going on, so they can get away with their witchcraft. They even going into the churches right now and getting rid of the old-timey pastors as they pass away. They're replacing them with Easter Bunny pastors. These young women, preachers, these big hair, you know how I'm just saying, I ain't picking on nobody's hair, but you know which ones I'm talking about. Them big hair preachers with the Easter Bunny, them big hair Easter Bunny preachers, they're getting rid of the Reverend Pastor Deacon Dr. Doug and putting in, let's come up with a name for her. What's the opposite of the Reverend Pastor? The official name is the Brother Reverend Pastor Deacon Dr. Doug. And if you put that in and YouTube it, you're going to be laughing all morning long. Well, what's the opposite of the Brother Reverend Pastor Deacon Dr. Doug? If he went to seminary school 30 years ago and been wearing that same suit ever since, it's behind the pulpit, what's the opposite of him and this 20-year-old big-haired woman coming in talking about whatever she want to think about and talk about? Well, I ain't listened to one in a long time. I don't know what they thought. Last time they was prophesying over the audience, just fishing. I know somebody in here feel tired. Yeah, I can sense it in my spirit. Somebody feel tired and maybe is sick, and I feel somebody feels sick, but I feel somebody feel beat down oh yeah, they feel beat down, and the spirit is beating it down, but don't worry, you're gonna get back up. Again, fishing. Just fishing like they on a pulpit, just fishing, got an audience full of a pond full of people, and they fishing to see what's wrong with it. Somebody's back in here hurt, or maybe it's their knee. That's what they was doing 10 years ago. I ain't listened to one since. I don't know what they're talking about now. All right, I'll go find out. I ain't scared. I like going to different churches. But I tell you what, the church is showing off now, buddy. The church is showing off now, buddy. She ain't cooking. She ain't cleaning. She ain't comforted. She ain't taking care of the children. She ain't cleaning up the yard. She ain't wearing clean clothes. She ain't taking a bath half the time. The church is just dirty today. And she proud of it. And guess what else, y'all? Guess what else the churches do? The church think all of the men want to be homosexuals or feminized. Some of the men want to be, real men, and we can't do nothing about that. But no, they straight up at the gay parade promoting homosexuality. Guess who? Into the children, into the congregation, into the children, their own children. They're making their own boys faggots. I'm sorry, not faggots. Faggot to me is a term that just means that a man or a male figure that's taking advantage of women's stuff. He's doing faggoty stuff. No, he's turning them into homosexuals, gay, like what they call that, sex changes. They are teaching and got they little boys walking around with boobs where they've gotten implants and taking hormones and stuff, and they proud of that. That's where we at now. That's who I'm talking about. If you ain't doing that, you ain't who I'm talking about. I mean, like, if your son ain't got boobs, you ain't the church lady that I'm talking about. And we can keep going down the list. If your daughter cleans somebody's house at least once a week, you ain't who we talking about. Oh. And you always got to remember the story, right? So you got the Catholic Church. Let me see if I can say these words. You got the Catholic Church, and then you got the Protestant Church. And see, we used to the Protestant Church. The Catholic Church was the old lady, and the Protestant Church, that's who we're dealing with now. But what I'm saying now is that the Protestant Church is going away now, and we're getting into this whole different other kind of thing where we just going to straight up go into the covenant and pull out enough to make us look clean, but then we're going to still do the most devilish stuff that we could possibly do, only because we know that it curses the saints and breaks them down to where they can't live, much less give a message about the Lord. And then we're going to just live happily ever after church. Woo. Like I say, they doubling down now. They getting bold with it. They're getting bold with it. That's all right. So, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Let me see what time is it first of all. We're in a pre-elevation time. See, this is the time when people like me wake up realizing that. Wait, am I supposed to talk about this? Hold on. Let me knock it off. So. Hey y'all, sorry about that. Yeah, we got some. All right, we switching gears. We talking about the calendar now. And if you wonder why I am talking about it this time of the morning, it's because I can. We're talking about the calendar now. One thing about the clock is nobody wants you guys to know about the clock. Nobody wants you to know. There's people and more than people, there's municipalities that are working to make sure that you guys don't hear about the clock and the calendar now. That's the only deal about the clock. It ain't so much that the clock is special itself. It even has an era on it. But the clock will remind you of the celestial calendar. And once you understand the celestial calendar and you keep the feast days on the correct days, then it actually changes who you are for the good. It actually makes you good in our Father's eyes and in your own too, and everybody else's too. And there are people who are trying to make sure you don't understand this, because when you do this, when you attend the feast days over a period of time, you become what's called spiritualized. And once you become spiritualized, then a lot of things become unnecessary. You stop paying attention to a lot of things that the economic systems of the world depend on. Like, you can imagine if everybody, just for an example, everybody just all of a sudden forgot about sports and didn't care about basketball, how the basketball industry all of a sudden just fall on its head, because all of a sudden the stands would be empty. And there would be nobody there, and the athletes would eventually go away, and then the whole sport would go away. But that's what we're talking about. And so, by keeping us suppressed, but like we said, bringing round cakes to our table, and the church, didn't talk about the church here now. This church, by presenting us and actually almost forcing us to indulge in pagan holidays with them, is creating separation between us and the Most High, to the point where, y'all help me out now. Y'all help me out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all in this too. Don't make it one of them shows where I tell you, what y'all's part is on it. Why you guys, what y'all got to do with it. But the thing about the message is oppression. Stopping the message from getting out. Stopping the message of the clock. And so you have everybody working to do that. Everybody. As far as I'm concerned, there's a few people buying the clock. There's a few people that's promoting the clock in this way or that way. Few people have an avatar that promotes the clock. Few people have a channel and some links to it on their channel. But we're talking less than 10 people out of thousands that are involved in this. 10 people helping out out of thousands that are benefiting from it. Thousands of people are benefiting from it. But only 10 people are interested in you hearing about it. Only 10 people are interested in somebody else's hearing about it. Only 10 people, and you have to say half of them will be willing to take a clock to the next door neighbor and explain it to him and say, hey, you should probably get one of these. Only 10 people out of 20,000. Out of 20,000 subscribers. I bet there's less. I bet there's 5 people. If I said, I bet if I could contact all 22,000 subscribers, let me see, about 100 of them would respond back. But of course, you gotta, only a third of them gonna be for real. I mean, just waste the clocks on a whole lot of them other people that's just gonna say something just because you say something. Some of them ain't even gonna go to the mailbox, and the clock gonna come they're gonna give me a fake address, and I'm gonna send it to, and the clock gonna come all the way back to me after. Yeah, that's gonna be about 66 of them. So I had about 33 people. Yeah, I bet 5 of them will actually be willing to go door to door and explain, or neighbor to neighbor, or anyone for that matter, hold that clock up in their face and say, hey, look at this. Let me show you how it works. The rest are ops. The rest are opponents. The rest, what do they say? If you ain't for us, you're against us. If you ain't for us, you're against us. So the rest, simply because of inaction. Next to my op. And so why is it that they're trying? Why? I mean, I don't know. And maybe you guys don't really care about it either. I mean, if we were talking about the rapture, if we was talking about, I don't know, vibrations and sound waves, if we was talking about, what did folk like to talk about? How you can break the law and get away with it. Yeah. That'd be one thing. But we're talking about how to tell time. And so since y'all ain't making no comments, I'm going to just vent. And I'm probably going to make it private after I finish. So, I ain't even going to know. You ain't making no comments. You ain't saying that. I know that one person who did say something probably left. That's all right. We're having a celebration here on New Moon Day. Next New Moon Day, celebrating the covenant. That's the day when Moses gave the covenant. And so I'm going to have a celebration on that day. Hopefully we'll be online. We'll give away some clocks. I think, we got enough to give away some. I'm going to give away 3 clocks. The early bird clock, something to do with this video right here. The late clock, that'll be the ones that don't know. The middle will be the combination of this one. People who had to watch this one and that one to get the middle clock. But the question is, are you guys even interested in such things? See, this one could argue this is why the Elohim is going to do something. If the Elohim are, I don't know. I know the Father he's not doing anything. He's only here for our good. But now some of these Elohim out here don't sound too peaceful. They don't sound too nice. They don't sound like they like humans. Some of them. So now, are they going to do something here? I don't know. They believe that all of the men want to be women. That's why I believe you investigate what everybody else say. You listen to the articles. You listen to everybody say. But at one point you look at it, especially if you're close enough, you look at it firsthand. And what it appears is that they believe that nobody wants to be a man. They believe that the men who are men, they want to act like women, like be gatherers instead of hunters. They don't want to be hunters. They want to be gatherers. They believe that most men want to stop working and actually go become housewives and start taking care of the house. Not housewives in the old sense, where the woman was going to have the lucrative income and it was better for the man to stay home and take care of the kids and do that. No, I ain't talking about that kind of housewife. I'm talking about the woman in there on ChatGPT on the cot on YouTube, watching YouTube while the man is cooking dinner. And, like, remember how we used to be playing Xbox? That kind of housewife, where we was playing Xbox all day and they were still fixing our sandwiches. Now, they think we want to fix the sandwich so they can lay on the couch. They think we want that responsibility, sweeping the floor. We don't want to work now. We don't want to go out in the fields. We don't want to go hunting. We don't want to go to play. We want to go to Walmart and get some groceries and come home and cook them. Like the song said in reverse. We can bring home the bacon fried up in the pan. And they think we all want to be that. They think men, and so for that reason, now they can sit back and watch YouTube and do ChatGPT and wait for somebody to say dinner ready. Come eat, or they can just eat snacks. Or they got a house full of snacks. They can just sit there and eat snacks and don't worry about it. When they get hungry enough, they'll come out and cook a meal, and then go on back. And if we get hungry enough or whatever, we'll cook and then we'll give them some. Wow, but the man, like the Father in heaven, we still got to go to work. I still got to make these YouTube videos. That's why I'm doing this. I'm forcing the issue. I know it sounds bad or whatever, but I got to do this job, whether it's a good job or a bad job. I still got to do the job. I still got to do it. I still got to do it. You don't understand. I still got to do it. I can't stop. Y'all ain't made a video in I don't know how long. You don't know what that does to me? So y'all think this is a joke? Y'all think I'm just a hobby or something? This is more than my life. My life is supporting this. What my life got to do with this? This is more than my life. So I'll force it. Fine. It's good for y'all to hear the bad side anyway. Before something truly go down. And you be saying, I didn't know he was like that. I didn't know all that was going on. If I had knew, I would have did this and did that. No, I don't want to be like that. I'm crying like a baby. I'm crying like a molested child, screaming, help me. I'm the one riding on the car. Help me on the window. We riding by. If you see me with that help sign and me waving at you and you turn your head straight and keep riding, you that kind of person. That's you. That's on you. I don't care. Somebody else coming behind you. Somebody gonna stop. Somebody gonna help. Watch. 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 It ain't gotta be you. It ain't gotta be you. It's gotta be me though. 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 I wonder what's going on. Y'all women and what's going on. Church. Feminine spirit. Feminine spirit. Feminine spirit is rebellious. Do what the hell you want spirit. And you know what? I'm bombarded by it. I can't do nothing about it. I'm bombarded by feminine spirits. I ain't got no masculine spirits around me. Nobody in the fight. Nobody willing to push for the truth. Nobody willing to teach the people. Computer. Computer. Oh, shit. Ignore you mode. Don't play with me. It listens to you, and it's sitting there listening to me, and then it'll play the music, and then it can stop hearing. Oh yeah, these days are a chip. I could imagine somebody in headquarters getting a real kick out of listening to these little, whatever they call them. This class was beneficial. I actually got the message that I needed right up front. Let's see, can I talk about that? Oh, y'all might be a part of it. There's 3 focus areas on my channel now. One of the main reasons why I ain't putting out a whole lot of videos is because I done cut out a whole lot of fluff. There's 3 focus areas that the world need to hear about right now. That's the language, that's how to tell time, and that's who our Messiah really is. His name, who he really is, everything about him. Them 3. Them 3. And so, as far as the clock is concerned, you hear about the clock having extra hands on it. You got the minute hand, the second hand, you got the hour hand, but you also have the day hand, the month hand, and the year hand. Well, that's just the part that we understand already. It starts from there, and each one of those. Let me see. Can I show them that? Can I show what I'm talking about? I don't know. Y'all get ready to take a screenshot. Oh, Lord. I ain't gonna get no reflections, am I? No reflections, am I? Don't get no reflection. Ain't nothing alive in here, is it? Hold on. All right, let me show you what I'm talking about. How many hands there are on the clock. Oh, there goes my shadow. Ha ha. Almost got my shadow. Get on this side. All right, see now. So you're used to 3 hands on the clock. You can see the 3 hands on the clock. This clock is actually just a regular clock. And it has 3 hands. Minute. I keep saying it wrong. The second, minute, and the hour hand. But it's just a demonstration. It doesn't have all the hands. But if you look at each one of those colored dots, you have 3 different sections. The blue, the red, the yellow. You only can pick one. Each one is not a hand. The colors is one. Let's see. Let's zoom in what that says. Oh, let us not get in trouble. The red is from the Messiah's time, when the Messiah was born, around about the time when the Messiah was born. That's the red. The blue is 2024. That's our time, 2024. And the yellow is Solomon's time. And so you with that, you would, and should be able to tell time. Yeah, you can, because you can see how it moves. And each one of those dots is a timepiece. And what we're showing on this particular one that was made in 2024 is the star alignments. Now, let me get off of that thing. Hopefully you got a screenshot. Anyway, so that's what we're talking about when we're talking about the clock. I'm like, I thought I had the clock. No, oppression. People are trying to keep you from knowing that, guys. I'm being bombarded with 3-dimensional stuff just so I can explain and teach that to you. I made that clock in 2024. It's 2 years old. I made it in 2023 for 2024. I made it in 2023. But see, you got to understand, when the clock was invented, everybody thought we was going to make $1 million off of it. And they was real interested. And then once they found out it was, first of all, a religious clock, and we wasn't interested in the $1 million, then it became an old, never mind, a waste of time, And then you start to lose, anyway. So, and, that ain't got nothing to do with astrology or anything like that. There are people who, saw some of that in there, but you can see that you can if you track the times or the prayer times during the day, you can track some astrological kind of stuff, anyway. So don't think just because you don't understand how the planet Uranus works as far as the clock is concerned, don't think that there's something wrong with that. Else you're gonna be a op like the rest of them and oppressing and not helping. Not thinking it's a waste of your time. And then next thing you know, I'm over there helping you with your project, over there helping you do what you do, standing beside you, talking to you instead of pushing out the clock. There's zero interest in it, but and we gotta eat, so we fixing dinner. I'm out there chopping wood, so we can have lunch or whatever, instead of in here teaching the clock. And that's the kind of stuff we're talking about. Oppression. I told y'all a long time ago that they're using the 3-dimensional stuff in order to oppress the message. In order to oppress the message. It's like, you're gonna say you're gonna eat. You're gonna sit here and be nasty. You're gonna get some clothes washed. You're gonna go out, you're gonna get the fire started. You're gonna clean the house. You're gonna wash out the truck. You're gonna go pump the water. I ain't pumped no water yet. We ain't got to that point. Ain't down that low. Hopefully we have a machine, a motorized something before we get that low. But it's people don't want you to know. They don't want you to know the language. They don't even want you to know what his name is. They don't even want you. How about, yeah, I said I'm going to give away a clock. How about that's the clock we're going to give away. We're going to make it part of the project that we actually going to get that clock out. That one right there on the channel. And you know what? I ain't gonna give that one away. I got one up on the shelf just like it. And I need to order some more. I'll go ahead and get them ordered or whatever. Oh, I almost forgot. I forgot. Something to do with this channel. I'm giving away a clock. Some of you gonna have to remember. I'm gonna remember. I'm gonna remember. I'm gonna remember. And it's gonna be something having to do with the comment section. It might be just Elizabeth Woody, probably the only one in the running for a clock right now. Yeah, she is, as far as I'm concerned. She the only one in the comment section. She the only one self-identified. People be like, I don't want to have nothing to do with that. Yeah, I bet you don't. Yeah. And that's what this is about, oppression. While you sitting there going, ooh, look at Coach at the fight. Yeah, there's other people actually sitting there like poking like a bear in a cage, just prodding it. And so you're like, I ain't going over there. He making too much noise, hollering and screaming. What are you hollering for? Y'all trip. That's all right though. I ain't gonna sit and pat myself on the back, but I done did a lot of my job. I ain't gonna say I done did my job, but I done did a lot of my job. I did a lot of it. Happy get ready to go away. And so each one of those, and that's just here in the ones that we know, all of those comments, each one of those comments is a rep. Turning some tea water on, it's gonna be the noise. But all of those comments, those are part of the clock too. You know, but they don't want you guys to know. They don't even want me to know it. You know? They don't want, and they definitely don't want you to know it. And so they from the inside out. Inside out. So I don't know if y'all ever been in a fight. I know most of y'all in y'all life ain't never been in a fight. I know my kids ain't never been in a fight ever. Ain't none of them ever been in a real fight with nobody else. They ain't ever been able to fight with their brothers and sisters. And so some of y'all are like that. And so you don't know what a fight is. And so you think, when you get a fighter down to the point where he really starts feeling like he's defeated, you don't really know how we act. You don't know how we act. When the last time you was in a fight with somebody who was a better fighter than you are? I'm talking statistics now. You in a fight with somebody that you have pinned down and think you winning, and then all of a sudden they get mad and turn the tables on you. How many of you have ever been in that situation? Probably none of you. Ended up losing. You thought you was winning. You was on top. And then all of a sudden they change modes. Their countenance changed. And, you ended up on the bottom, losing the fight, sitting over there with your head swollen up. None of you, right? So y'all don't know how we act. You don't know what it's like to be in a fight. Some of y'all think he in quit mode. Man, I don't understand fight mode. You fight. You don't quit until you die. People who are in the fight, fight to the death. And I plan to. You don't understand. The reason why, if you've ever been in that scenario, if you raise your hand and say, yeah, I was in that scenario, I thought I had him beaten, and all of a sudden, he flipped me over, yeah. The reason why is he knew he could have dumped you any time he was being nice to you. At any time, he knew he could have crushed you and did whatever he wanted to do to you, but he was giving you a chance to repent and stop. And when he realized that if he didn't make you stop, that you was going to take him down with him, that's when he showed you just a taste of who he really is. And it might not have been nothing more than just slapping the snap out of you. So, like I said, you probably ain't never been in that scenario, so you don't understand a fighting spirit. You don't understand a fighting spirit. You want to understand a fighting spirit, you talk to a Marine and ask him what it's like when his brother cry for help from the battlefield. Let him explain that feeling that he get. He knowing that he going to have to go in there and get it. And then, ask him, to explain why it is that when that brother, that fellow Marine, actually sheds a tear, that all hell is going to break loose. I learned as a teenager, it's a sign of restraint, uncontrollable restraint. When you see somebody like me cry, it's because we're having a hard time restraining ourselves. It's an uncontrollable restraint. We're holding back and it's materializing in our face. If you ever come close to a man with tears in his eyes and his fist balled up, you need to start backing up and get out of arm's reach. You better start. You probably should be quiet. This video, I have very specific instructions. I'm having so hard a time with this video because I'm within a lot of constraints here. I prayed about this video a lot, and it's only certain things that I could talk about. I'm forcing the issue. I got so much going on around here that I'm not able to get my work done. I'm not able to work. Not able to work. And there's 3 parts to the work I do. There's the meditation part. Yeah, I can do that. There's the study part. Yeah, I can do that. Then there's the recording part. I'm getting that part done. Then there's the editing part. Then there's the publishing part. Then there's the putting up part. And then y'all don't believe me? Here, I'll turn a video on running. Y'all want to help edit it? I'll turn one on right for you now. Here, I'll show you. Here, it might even have some idolatry in it. I might even about to get my whole butt whooped. Show you that I'm here working. I'm still putting the work in. I'm still doing my part. It's just, they doing all kinds of security stuff now, huh? All right. Hacking my files. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Getting all kinds, all right. I guess I thought I was going to do it. No. I don't know what's going on. When I went to sleep, it was all right now. Hold on, ain't no but 2 people. Look at you, 4 people. Y'all hold on. I'm gonna do what I said I'm gonna do. It's just got some issues here. Hold on. All right, hold on. I'm still working on it. I see some more comments down there coming in. Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to give you a link. I'm trying to give you a link. Hold on, I see y'all down there. I'm trying to give you a link. I'm trying to give you a link. Hold on. All right, I'm back now. I'm back now. So I just turned it on. I just turned on a video. And what that video is a huge discovery that we had from the captains of the months back there. But if you listen to it, listen to how it sounds. It's raw. Listen to how it sounds so you can hear all that's going on around here. And then understand that I ain't been able to edit that video. And I promise you, I got 1,000 videos. Well, I probably got 100 videos like that. That otherwise they could all they got to do is be edited. But then what you gonna eat? Then who gonna then yeah. Anyway. Like I said, people don't want you to know that stuff. They don't want you to know what you're going to find out in that video. They don't want you to know that. They don't want you to know about the clock. And the video I'm talking about, I just made it public. I just made it public on my channel. It's a raw video. It ain't got a thumbnail or nothing. That's where we at now. I'm putting them up like that now. I might go ahead and just lean into it. That's why I asked y'all, do y'all know how to edit videos? Y'all can edit them. I can draw lots on some of y'all becoming editors. And y'all can straight up edit it from Kalamazoo or wherever you at. East Jalapy. Edit that video and probably do all the work. I'm going to lose control of this channel because I ain't losing control of it. I still got control of it. But it's just me. It's just me. I'm still a one-man show after all of this. One-man damn show after all of this. One-man show. 10 years. And I'm still doing this by myself. Not one person helping me. Not one. Royal Princess of the Most High Yah is the only person helping me with this channel. And she in some other country. The only person interested in helping people get the truth. The only person that I know that's willing to go to bat for people learning what the script say is Royal Princess of the Most. Let me see who else. Elect 144 Gathering. She got her own thing on. He got his own thing going on. That's them. I'm saying this channel. A one-man show. One-man show. One-man show. Ain't nobody else even interested. Y'all ain't interested either. Y'all just watching to see if I slap somebody or not. That's all y'all watching for. Entertainment purposes only. You're probably giggling. They're probably laughing, I don't know what. And then you're going to go over to somebody else's live stream and laugh at them. You ain't doing. You got a clock? There's no excuse. You can get it for free. You can draw it up on your wall. That one I showed you, that big one on the wall, you got one of those, that count too. If you created your own. Thing is, if you ain't interested. If you ain't interested, then I don't know. Anyway, this has done me some good. I realize I put some of my burden and some of my weight on you guys, some of my cross on you guys, but you know what? You deserved it. Especially if you listen to this channel on a regular basis, you need it. I'm probably doing you a whole favor. You should take on some of the weight. You can't imagine the weight. That is. And some of you guys have been taking advantage of it, and you are taking advantage of it, and you plan to take advantage of it. And so you need to get in where you fit in. You know what your talents are, skills. You know what abilities you got. You know what you can do. You ain't sorry. You ain't a bum. God gave you talents and stuff too. You know, be jealous of nobody else's talent. I ain't got no whole lot of money. That's somebody else's talent. If that ain't your talent, don't worry about that talent. Worry about your own talent. What he gave you, and you worry about that. You ain't got no excuse. But you better reference the script. Some of you guys are taking advantage of the benefits that are being given to you. You are receiving the benefits, not doing anything in return, and not keeping the law at the same time. There's a special that's a special trip. Anyway, I see some comments down there. We got PK66 says, "Hi, Coach. Hey, PKE66. Warrior Princess of the Most High. Yeah. Says, Shalom, Coach and family. Peace, love, and light." We got K Dans says shalom. And I appreciate you guys coming in. You don't understand. You are the only ones I have to talk to. You're the only ones that feel my pain. Everybody else is, they don't understand or want to. It ain't that they can't understand, it's that they don't want to. They don't want to hear my problems. The thing about my problems is the same problems in every saint's house around the world. I promise you, everybody who is on this walk is going through everything that I'm going through to some degree. To some degree. It's like, think about that old equalizer where you had that, remember it had those little bars that used to bounce up and down. You had the bass on one side and the treble on the other side. Yeah, like that. Some people's bass side is real high. Some people's treble side is real high. Some people high in the middle. But we all got all of this. Everybody that's in this walk now. Everybody that's on this path. That's why I come on here and talk. See, they want to make me think that it's just me. I'm the only one going through this. Well, when you read the scripture, no, that ain't what it say. It say every one of us is going through this. And so I declare myself a coach in this game. And so it's a coach's meeting. The thing about it, if this was truly a coach's meeting and you guys were part of the team, we I don't know. I guess the only thing I can see you guys as is the cheering squad. And so, yeah, the parents are the people that's actually playing on the field. And so what I would tell you, you guys got to show some spirit. Y'all got to get some team spirit, man. Come on now. Come on now. We already losing. We already in last place. We in last place. We already losing. And you guys sitting up there on your cell phones watching other stuff and ain't even cheering. When we do score, y'all don't even notice. When we do something good, we look for y'all and y'all looking on y'all cell phones at the other teams. Y'all y'all ain't looking at the other team. Praise the Lord, y'all ain't looking at the other team. But y'all ain't paying attention to the game. When it's y'all's turn to clap and cheer, you don't know it until you hear somebody else clap and cheer. Come on, guys, y'all part of the team. Y'all are the 12th man in this. You are the 12th man in this. You have to cheer, and you have to cheer loudly for the team. You have to cheer. You have to show team spirit. You have to fly the colors. You have to fly the colors. When we come in the arena, you have to have on the shirts. You have to have on the colors. You have to be representing. We can't come in there and we in blue out day. Everybody's supposed to be wearing blue. We come in and I forgot, I didn't know, and all that kind of stuff. We gotta. Oh, I don't want none. I don't like blue. Blue ain't my color. It don't go good with my shoes. I'm gonna stay with this color on. Yeah, I'll give it here if it's free. Then I'll put it in my purse. I'll let my dog lay on it tonight. I ain't. No, wait till y'all. Not all of y'all like that. Some of y'all like that, but that's the rare few. All right, so who on the clock? It ain't gonna be easy. We got you got one says, what's happening? Do you go hunting for? Do you go hunting for your food? Yeah, we do, and that might be the problem. I don't know, but yeah, we do. We ain't got a deer in a few weeks now, but as of now, the boys have, well, all of us. It's a team effort. But it's 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5, 6, 6. Cause when it gets cold, I go hunting for them on the side of the road. They get hit by the car too. I count that too. But I've only got one of them so far. They got 6 by hunting. I mean 5 by hunting. So I don't know if you think that's a good thing. If you want to chastise me, I hear the argument, you know. Think about it. If you don't hunt them, they'll get sick and tear apart cars and stuff. Do you read chat? Yeah, I do. I read chat. Sorry. What happened was I had a little reset, a power reset here. I'm off grid, and when I lost power, it got discombobulated, and I wasn't seeing any comments. So I was behind on the comments. Sorry about that. Warrior Princess of the Most High Yah says, can I purchase a star alignment clock? No, it's not. It's not created yet. It's not. No. And you definitely ain't gonna purchase it until these 3 are given away. It is these 3 that we're trying to give away that's gonna actually get it created. That's gonna be the motivation to do the work behind it. Hopefully, if you guys, like I said, if you guys get in the game and cheer. But if y'all show no team spirit, then I'm telling you, the team is ain't none of the team ready to jump sides, but are they gonna keep coming to practice and practicing hard? And show up at the game on time and take the spoon out of my cup. I'm going to get one. Thank you. Hey, Stace. We live. She probably knew that. Talking about the clock. How much for the one on the screen? I showed up a picture of that clock in here today. Don't bring me up. It's a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, don't start getting used to it.
Don't start getting used to it. You woke up early. I thought you was up all the time. You got up early. Oh, I thought you was up early this time every morning. I see your light on.
No, I'm saying I got up and actually got dressed.
Actually got up and got dressed. You ready for the 6 o'clock meeting?
No, I don't know 6 o'clock meeting.
We supposed to be having all the men folks supposed to have a 6 o'clock meeting.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's gonna be nice, and it's gonna be real nice if we find out what we're meeting about. But anyway, so guys, we're getting ready to start elevating here. We're gonna start letting you guys elevate too. I'm sorry for Royal Prince of the Most High Yah and you people in New York and all on the East Coast. Hopefully you got your elevation period in. It's almost 6 o'clock now. It's almost 8 o'clock where Royal Princess is at. But anyway, let's see. Let me get through these comments real quick. I'm in Colorado. You're 2 hours ahead of me. Oh yeah. So I hope I didn't wake you up. What? I've been on here for about an hour and a half. Psalms 34 and 10. She said this one before. Let me see. got some on my screen. I don't even understand. Under attack. I guess some type of virus attack. I'm gonna read this verse and we're gonna go. The young lions do lack and suffer, but shall never want any good thing. Absolutely true. They shall lack and suffer hunger. Yep. But they that seek the Lord shall not want any good thing. That's true. That's true. 100% true. Appreciate it. Hallelujah. Quad Dance, go over to coachinthefight.shop or send me an email at inthefight.com. That's inthefight at yahoo.com, or go over to coachinthefight.shop. We'll teach you the clock. Rory Princess says, Shalom, Sister Stacy. And all right, appreciate your motivation there, K Dance. As I woke up and found you going live, and he is interested in the clock here. So I look forward to hearing from you. Jump down in the comment section of other videos. Like I said, we'll teach you the clock. Appreciate the motivation. The more you want to learn, the more we want to. I don't know. It provides motivation. Anyway, so look forward to hearing from you guys again. In the meantime, we'll say Shalom. Say Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.